All right, so the Spider-Man Homecoming trailer is finally out. Now, I gotta also say that I wasn't huge on the name Homecoming when they first announced it, but now after, I do feel it's a more appropriate name now that he's back with the Marvel with Marvel again.
I just feel like it makes me think of high school, which is, where Spider-Man kind of...
Yeah, no, for sure. And also, again, I feel that the title is also appropriate because even though he did come back in Captain America Civil War to the Marvel Cinematic Universe, this is his first solo movie, and again, he is also owned by Sony, but also on top of that, Marvel. Now,
he's back in Marvel.
Yeah, exactly. But now, getting to the trailer, I gotta say, I love the tone of this trailer. It really makes you feel like he's in high school, and again, not that he didn't feel like he wasn't in high school in the other two incantations, but I mean, that really felt like a 35-year-old. That was in high school with Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire. Nothing against those performances. I love both those actors, but this kid really feels like he's in high school, and also the diversity you see with all the kids in school, like it really feels like a real high school and the way the kids are interacting, and also too, it feels like a John Hughes comedy too. I mean, a lot from the tone and a lot of the quips and things I was hearing. So
yeah, I just love seeing the interaction between him and Tony, and that also he even says in the trailer he treats me like I'm a kid, so you really get the dynamic where he is this young guy trying to join the Avengers. I feel like that's sort of the whole premise of this movie. But Tony's a little hesitant, obviously, because he's a young kid.
He doesn't want to get him killed. And also, you saw the fear in Tony's face in the airport battle. We're not going to spoil too much, but when Tony thought for a second that he was hurt or seriously injured in Civil War, Tony had that face like, I might have gotten this kid killed. So you can understand Tony's reservations there. He doesn't want to be his surrogate father, but unfortunately that's a role that, he might have to take up. So I do love that banter back between them, and also the awkward there's some funny moments.
And you can tell Tony actually cares about him, even though he's being distant. That's just Tony's personality. Yeah. But I love seeing that too.
But you understand the personal problems that Tony's had in his life, why he would be distant. So it makes sense there. And also I gotta say, this trailer was pretty loaded with some Easter eggs. The ones that I noticed, obviously we got the Chitauri gear where they make it with the robbers at the beginning. I think that might have been Shocker was involved with that too, possibly. But I love all the Avengers masks.
I love that reference.
Yeah, and again, that really just feels like Spider-Man. The quips he was doing in the banquet, that really feels like Spider-Man.
I mean, with the Amazing Spider-Man, we saw that in the trailer there too, and then we never really got it in the movie. So, but I have a feeling in this movie we're gonna get plenty of that kind of
Yeah, Andrew Garfield did do a pretty decent job of getting it, but I'm hoping they're gonna expand it a little more even this, and again make him really feel like a kid, because this is, and I love how he was like, this is awesome, like he's still enamored by his abilities, like that's what a kid would do.
He hasn't had him for too long,
I like that. And also a couple little other Easter eggs really quick that I noticed. I think one of the shirts that Tom Holland was wearing when he was at the Avengers Tower with Tony, I'm pretty sure that was the same shirt Pepper Potts was wearing in Iron Man 3 when she woke up from Tony when the Iron Man thing woke her up to choke her. The other references I noticed, there was one where Bruce Banner was on the wall we saw when he's looking himself up on YouTube, which was pretty cool.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, if I was him, I'd want to see myself doing the Empire Strikes Back thing to Giant Man every time too. So that was pretty sick to see him watching. So it felt like it was, even though it's obviously these are not real world characters, it felt like something that a kid would do in the real world.
Marvel does a really good job of making the world in their universe feel
authentic.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and also, too, what they do, not comparing to DC, but they use real live world locations. Like we saw for the first time that Spider-Man was in Washington, D.C. in some of the shots.
Yep.
I could be wrong, but none of the other movies I've seen in the past, the 5 other films, I don't think he's ever really left New York. Obviously, Captain America Civil War, he went to Germany, of course. Mm-hmm. But I mean, before that, in his solo films, I don't think he's ever gone out of New York, so that was interesting. Also, too, that last shot, not the last shot, but the shot of him and Iron Man, obviously that was awesome.
Yeah, just letting you know that Iron Man's in the movie for sure. So.
Yeah, of course.
Which we all expected.
Yeah, we knew that was going to happen. But also that shot with him with the ship, him holding it together. Obviously, it reminded you of the train scene in Spider-Man 2 with Tobey Maguire for sure. It also kind of made me think like, oh, this is what would have happened if Spider-Man was at the Titanic. He could have saved them all. So also, yeah.
What's he gonna attach his webs to though?
I mean, it's gonna be interesting. It looks like a pretty cool sequence. But again, what I love, and also
that's one thing I'll be curious to see though, is if Spider-Man is going to be attaching his webs to all these non-existent objects like in all the other Spider-Man movies.
Yeah, but and I'm curious to see how they're going to use the iron wings too in this, because that little shot we got was cool, because I would assume that's how he gets out to water, so he's going to have to fly. And also too, really quickly, we got to mention one of my favorite actors ever, Michael Keaton.
Oh yeah, he looks sick.
He does look good, and again, the gear he's using, it really looks a lot like the Chitauri gear. They gave him a little bit of his classic look with the green, obviously the stuff he's wearing, but obviously the Chitauri gear. They're incorporating more of the Iron Man universe, and that this is obviously in the Avengers universe, because from the Chitauri attack in the Battle of New York in the first Avengers film. So I actually do like so far the little shots we've gotten of him, and obviously he gave that little line we've heard a million times in comic books, "I'm gonna kill everyone you love," but the way Michael says it, it's menacing. And if you really want to see, obviously we all know how great of an actor Michael Keaton is. If you want to see him in a truly villainous role, I'm not saying this is the greatest movie, but Michael Keaton's portrayal of this character in the movie Desperate Measures came out in 1998 with Andy Garcia. Watch Michael Keaton in that movie. He will convince you he is a scary serial killer. I'm not saying he's going to portray like to that extent in this, but he can scare the crap out of you.
He plays a good bad guy.
Oh, for sure. And also, too, the man loves playing Birdman, right? Birdman, right? Vulture. So, obviously, I'm obsessed with that movie, Birdman. But I'm going to be curious to see him in this. And it's so funny, too, how the whole point of Birdman was making fun of comic book movies. And now he's playing Vulture again. So, I do love that. But I'm really looking forward to seeing Michael Keaton, because I'm really getting tired of this notion that Marvel has crappy villains. There are a couple movies where I feel the villains weren't up there, but I don't agree with that notion. I think most of the villains...
For the most part, they're all at least solid. And some of them are better than others, some are worse than others. But
of course.
We'll see how Michael Keaton stacks up in the universe.
We'll see. But so far, the little stuff we are getting, I did like.
I also like that, this doesn't really show you way too much. It just showed you clips here and there, getting you really excited, which it did. As soon as the trailer came on, I want to see this movie right now. And that's the whole point of the trailer.
And on top of that, I didn't want to see any more new footage. I just want to see the movie. So I don't know if we're going to do too many more trailer reviews of Spider-Man, but I will tell you that I'm looking so forward to this movie, and I mean, I can't wait to see the films that are coming out across 2017 for Marvel. We got obviously Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, Thor Ragnarok, and this, and I'm really looking forward to this. It looks a lot of fun, and I love the whole high school feel to it. And one last thing, I really hope they stick to kind of like a Harry Potter Hogwarts thing, where you get to see year by year how they're going through the school. I want to see that progression of Peter going through high school, like 10th grade, 11th grade, 12th grade.
We don't know necessarily how old he is right now exactly. We don't know what grade he's in, but we'll see. I mean, as long as they keep that feel of him being on the younger side. And I don't think he's gonna, join the team yet in this movie, but I think that progression is gonna slowly go throughout the couple movies that are coming out.
In Infinity War Part 1 or Part 2, whatever, he's gonna have to be there. Of
course. Anyways, that's gonna do it for this video. Let us know what you thought about this trailer in the comments section, and if you like these videos, you can hit the subscribe button.
See you guys next time.